everybody. Welcome to the SLM Podcast, episode number 6. We are back. We're still not live, but we will be going live soon. Here in the studio tonight, we have our first in-studio guest. Live in the studio, Mr. Kevin Leazott.
Yeah, Leazott.
All right, there we go. Got it right this time.
Yeah.
Our first in-studio guest here on episode number 6. Appreciate you coming by.
Yeah, I love you. Thanks for having me out here, man. I've been wanting to do an interview with y'all for a while because, like I said, I was telling Kristen earlier that I don't usually do interviews and stuff like that, but, like, I don't know, there's things that have been said
that need to be talked about.
Yeah, so.
Okay.
Yeah.
I got you. We'll get into that here in a second. First, I just want to make a couple announcements about the SLM Awards show. We'll be coming end of December, possibly end of November again. We are working on that date right now. We'll be held at Scout Bar again. We do have an announcement as far as the headliner this year. The headliner for the SLM Awards show will be Dead Set Red. So Dead Set Red will be headlining. We are working on some more talent to come play. We'll be doing the 2 stages again. All genres of music. So make sure you guys keep updated with us. We'll get out the more info as soon as we get it, as far as voting, nominations, and all that stuff. So Kevin here in the studio. There's been a lot of stuff online going back and forth. I know you want to talk about your new band. We'll get into that in a minute. But for those of you that don't know the story, for those people out there that don't know what's going on, give us the lay of the land. Tell them who you are, how you started, and why you're here tonight.
All right, well, first off, y'all are talking about Dead Set Red. Shout out my boy Mangy. You know, I played in DopeShow with him, of course. But to rewind back, I never really was in bands for a long time until I got with a band that here plays still here in Houston called ZombieFace, of course. ZombieFace.
Multiple nominations at the award show.
We've won, best new live act, I think, one time. I forgot exactly what it was called. We won that with y'all, and then I won best tribute band with DopeShow with y'all as well, and that was awesome. I love the SLM. It's good to be here for sure, definitely. And but I come from Pasadena, and so I found an ad on Craigslist. I was looking for a singer for like a horror themed band, and so that's how I found ZombieFace. Me and Daniel connected through that, and I ended up, we wrote basically a whole album on, pretty much we were about to start recording one, and then, we were picking up traction around here live in Houston, and, people started to like us, and then, I wanted to play more and stuff like that, everything was good, but they were like, oh, well, I have kids and a family, so I would just want to play on, like, weekends, and I was like, that's cool. I'm not hating on that. That's awesome. But I want to do more than that, So I want to go start another band too. Would y'all be cool with that? And so we all met up. It was a whole serious talk. We all met up at a McDonald's in Pasadena off like Southmore or some shit over there. Southmore and Ritchie actually is where exactly where it was. And so we met up there. And then so we talked about it, and I was like, are y'all sure? Because if you don't want me doing that, I won't do it. I'll be loyal to the band. And they're like, nah. Daniel was like, nah, dude, it's all good, bro. We love you. And then, like a fucking snake, of course, slithering in the fucking grass with no legs. And he was like, nah, we love you, man. And then I do it. And then he sees who's going to be a part of it, which originally Russ Driver was, talking with us about, recording some stuff, which he's a really good guitar player, man. So he's fucking awesome. I love Russ Driver. And shout out Russ Driver. But and so Daniel got real mad after that, and he's like, oh man, you're not loyal to the band anyways. I was like, bro, what the fuck are you talking about? I fucking asked you, like, if y'all don't feel right, I won't do it, you know. And then they were like, yeah, cool, because that's how they are. They're just with like their interviews and what they say and that bullshit. They're fucking fake, you know. They act one way in front of people.
Okay, so you're in ZombieFace.
Yeah.
And you wanted to go off and do another project.
Right.
But still be in ZombieFace?
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
So you asked them, hey, is it cool if I go do this? Everyone said, yep.
Everyone
cool,
said yes.
Until they found out
Extra
who
emphasis on the everyone said yes, it's fine, no issues.
So you're saying until they found out who it was you were doing the new band with.
Cody didn't necessarily have a problem with it, but he's been friends with Daniel, and they've been in ZombieFace for a long time. So what he's doing was going with his brother. I understand kind of to a certain extent, but you know, we were supposed to be brothers too at some point, and it's like, bro, like why would you say yes if you have an issue with it, you know, like.
And the new band was what, man?
It was Damien, it's my stage persona I use in every band, whether it be tribute band or original band, or no matter what it is, I'm the same persona, Damien, which is my character, kind of like Alice Cooper, Marilyn Manson, you know, the shock rock thing. Yeah. I do that even in my own music because I like to step outside of being Kevin or some fucking person, and I can just be an entertainer. You know what I mean?
Gotcha.
So.
Gotcha.
But in that way, I'm my own entity, so whatever I do and write is my own, which is part of the beef, because whenever we ended up separating, we played our last show in San Antonio, and I believe it was like sometime in March or April, one of those months, and it was at Bond's 007 Rock Bar, and afterwards, like, they just stormed off. And then the guy, like, gave me the money, and I was like, hey, you know, like, this money's, like, here, y'all, like, what do you all want to do? And then they wouldn't even message me back and shit. I was like, well, okay, like, I don't know, I just got, it was like $75. It was no fucking substantial amount before we, you know, like, and, but we had funds that we had put together and saved up. You know, which is another beef, you know, like, I've told him, I was like, hey, you know, I want my part of, you know, what we saved, you know, upon my exiting the group. And they were like, no, you know, technically, you know, you don't legally get any of this and that. I'm like, oh, so you're going for technicality then? Okay, you know, that's just fucked up, you know, like, you know, I still earned that shit and it's mine. You know.
So on that side, was there any actual agreement made? Was there agreements on paper? Was there publishing set up? Did you guys have this?
No. Okay. There was none of that stuff. No agreements. But
that's something that I get on all these local guys about. You gotta have your publishing set up. You gotta have your agreements made. I mean, we don't only have our own separate publishings. We have SLM Publishing. We have
I was super green. It's the first thing I've ever been involved in. You know what I mean?
You gotta have that stuff set.
I did, like, we had like a through text agreement, because I told him, I was like, I'll join the band, but, like, you know, I'm Damien, my shit belongs to me. You know what I mean? Whatever I do belongs to me as an entity on my own. And he did agree to that. So I don't know if that would hold up to anything. You know, I don't know. I have no idea. But he knows, you know what I mean? Aside from all that technical stuff here and there, you know, like, just because we don't want to be in a band together doesn't mean that, you know, I still
can't make money together.
Slice of my pie.
Yeah.
You know, like, that I made, you know, with you. I don't want no more money afterwards from shit. You know, just, like, don't use my fucking lyrics. You know, rewrite your own lyrics to the songs that we
So how many songs are we talking about here?
Like 2 songs.
2 songs.
Yes.
And they like, still use it in their set.
Yeah, they still got a fucking shirt of one of the songs, United Hate of America. I fucking wrote all the fucking words in that motherfucker. And then, you know, it was fucking bullshit. They did the other song, I don't even remember what it was called, like Martyr, some bullshit, I forgot. And it was a really good song, though. Like, I enjoyed it, but it was like some really, like, anti-religious, like, stuff, like, pretty much just hating on, you know, God and all that through the whole fucking song. But the song was like an idea of, like, God being a bastard father. You know what I mean? That, like, bastardized, you know, the human race, I suppose. So that's what the song was about.
Okay.
But, yeah. point in being, like, I went and saw them after I was out of the band, and he even didn't want to sing the song in front of me, to where he, like, called me on the stage to sing it, and I was like, okay, because he didn't want to. He kind of started, and then he was like, fuck. He kind of looked down to the ground, and he was like...
And he who you talking about?
Daniel, the guitar player.
Okay.
Yeah, fucking faceless, or he calls himself Rick Stewart, so he could say shit, and then people are like, oh, he does this, technically it's not me, because that's how he is. Like, he's one of them, you know, that's what he does. One of those kind of... He'll fuck you over and be like, well, technically I paid someone else to fuck you over, so I didn't fuck you over. This guy did, but I paid him. But he's like, that's his whole mentality type of thinking about things, you know, like, I don't know.
So you had made a comment online, and that's what this whole interview's about that I saw. You had made a comment online that you were Houston's most hated villain or something to the effect.
I am the villain, son. I am the fucking villain. Like, whenever it comes to the metal scene around here, like, man, I don't know. It's different. Like, there's a lot of bands that they try to be, like, horror aspect, but they don't, like, they care about what people think. They don't live it when they're on the stage. You know what I mean? They look like they're just another fucking pop band up there with a different scheme on, you know. I can paint my face, and, you know, someone's gonna come. They put a fucking, you know, put some guy liner on, to steal their sister's lipstick and smear it on their face, and think that, you know, they're scary and stuff. You know, like, money and, you know, having cool stage act is cool, but, you know, like, if you're not having fun, if you don't look like you're having fun, to me, you're not putting on a fucking show. Like, I'm having fun when I'm on stage. It's entertaining to me. Like, people are like, oh, why do you want to do this fucking tribute stuff? I never understood it until I did it, because I've always been a fan of Marilyn Manson, you know, for a long time. And so, like, I've always enjoyed his music. I'd sing it in the fucking shower when I was a kid. So it's just like singing a band I like up there, and I get paid to do it. So, I mean, I make way more than what I made in any original band doing the fucking tribute thing, because it's a money thing, you know. Like, you can make some good money if you're good enough at it. Like,
so ZombieFace wasn't a tribute band, correct? It was original.
No, all original. We didn't do no covers, nothing, none of that.
So from ZombieFace, you went in to do your Damien band. Yeah. And was that going to be original? Was that
all
tribute?
Originals,
all
yeah,
original?
All originals, which I'm still trying to get that together, which I've been thinking a lot about, just recording, like, all the instruments myself and getting with a producer, you know, or something like that. Because it always makes me laugh when I hear people talk about they self-produce their albums and stuff. I'm like, man, you know, like, yeah. You're fucking...
That's a whole nother talent level,
as soon as you say that to me, I'm like, okay, their album's going to sound like shit, probably. I'm not, you know, not really knowing specific, but I'm not going to lie. When people self-produce their own album, it doesn't sound too great, you know, like, usually. You got to get a producer, and you need to learn that sometimes what you're hearing, something else could possibly be better right there, and someone else is hearing something else, too, that you might not be hearing, you know. I feel like too many people aren't open to that. They're like, oh, well, it's my vision and my band and this and that. It's like... You know, Alice Cooper's manager used to beat the shit out of him and make him go on stage. Like, it's not always about what you want sometimes. Like, when it talks about making it and stuff like that, there's a lot of shit you got to do, you know, that ain't all about personal choice sometimes, I suppose, you know.
The tribute band that you were in before, what was the name of that band?
The DopeShow?
The DopeShow.
Yeah, the Marilyn Manson tribute band. I'm still with them. And
who's all involved in that band?
Oh man, Alex Slay, pretty much everyone from The Hunger almost, just about, or at least like current renditions of The Hunger. I'm not like original members, I don't believe. Like Thomas is not in it, unfortunately. I love you, Thomas. but Mangy, of course. Benjamin Hambrick is his name. Alex Slay, that badass motherfucker, I swear he's an octopus on the drums. You got fucking, well, we had different keyboard players, okay, whenever, fuck, man, I can't think of people's names right now, because, like, I don't know, the idea of, like, interviewing and talking is crazy. I don't usually do it, but, like, We had Eddie Wayne. His mom calls him Eddie Wayne. He played keyboard when I first fucking started. But yeah, we had a lot of fucking fun and played a lot of really good shows, and I hope we still play more. I've been talking to him and trying to get some more booked, because I love all the guys in the band. You know, Jeff, the guitar player, Jeff Smith, he's fucking awesome, great guy. Everyone in the band is great people. We all get along with each other. It's like a brotherhood, because they also play in that band ETV, you know. You know who they are.
Band goes back, yeah.
Yeah, fuck yeah, ETV's the shit, you know, because they started DopeShow like 12 years ago or some shit, like way before I was in it, so, like, but...
Chris Harding is kind of, the costume creator, the vision guy there?
Yeah, pretty much, yeah, he's the stage manager, you know, he helps us with, you know, a lot of things, really. He does a variety of things, you know, he helps with outfits, he helps with setting up, like, props and everything like that, you know, stuff like that, like, you'd be surprised. He even, like, holds me up, like, while I'm on the podium back there, and, like, my ass cheeks are, like, right in his face the whole time. He's got pictures with it, and, you know, that's another thing, too. Like, I don't understand it. Like, I think there's not enough bands out here that get naked on stage. I want to take my fucking clothes off when I get on the stage. I don't know what it is. Like, I don't ever see it, and I'm like, God, you're missing out, bro. It's liberating. It feels good. But people wonder why I do that. Is because I fucking have a good time doing it. All right, and I feel good. All right, don't fucking kill my vibe and leave me alone with your bullshit. You know where you're getting when you come to my shows. I had a friend complain to me like, what do you think about when kids go to your shows? I'm like, bro, I've been in the middle of the show at Warehouse Live, and some people just put their kids on the stage, and I'm like, oh my God, there's a kid here. Like, okay, we're doing this, you know. And but it's cool, you know. It's not like I'm being fucking nasty or anything toward children. They're just, I can't help it if somebody brings their kid to my show. You know, like, they know, like I said, I'll reiterate, they know exactly what is going on there. They've seen how I dress. There's pictures all over our Facebook. You know, you have ample opportunity to be that parent to not bring your kid to our show if you want to be. You have all the control in the world. I have none, because, you know, I can't control who buys a fucking ticket. It's you. This is America. This is your money. What you spend it on, I can't tell you not to. I don't care if you hate me. Daniel, if you want to buy a ticket, come on, buy a fucking ticket. You've done it before at Warehouse Live, and then you weren't. And no, that's the fucked up part, too. That's another story there. Okay, I was in the DopeShow, right? We were playing a show at Warehouse Live. We were headlining. Daniel has that other band, that tribute band, Spiritus, that he's in, which they're a good tribute. I liked them and everything. But as soon as I saw him on the bill, I immediately knew who it was. And I was like, God damn it. I was like, but they're going to use the guise of, oh, we're a ghost tribute, so we don't tell people who we are. So they didn't have to tell me who they were, so because they knew I was going to be like, nah, fuck y'all. We ain't playing the show with y'all. And then, so I messaged him. I was like, Daniel, I fucking know it's you already. Yeah, I know y'all are on this bill. I was like, I know it's you, bro. I was like, if it's not, I said, I ain't going to call you a liar or whatever. Because I feel that y'all are doing y'all's own gimmick. I ain't going to tell you what to do with your band. I can't force you to tell me who you are. And I ain't going to hold it against you if you won't tell me who it is. You know, because I'm not going to just say you're him on a stupid whim, you know, like, but whatever. But I told him, I said, if you won't tell me, you're a fucking coward, because you know damn well that I'm not going to want to play the show with you. And so they swore up and down that, oh, no, we're just not telling people who it is in the band and this and that. I'm like, whatever, okay. And I was like, but I already know it's you, bro. And so, like, we go to play the show, and they all show up in their outfits, like, with their masks on, like, so nobody will see what they look like at all, so I can't see. They do sound check. They're hanging out in the hallways. They're not taking this shit off. None of them. And they won't say nothing to me. They won't talk to no one in my band, you know. And so I was like, and then, so I'm going to go to the truck yard, or is that what it's called over there, right there by Warehouse Live? It's, yeah, they have all the, like, the taco trucks and different, like, food trucks that come through. Like, every different time you go there, it's a different food truck. It's amazing. Yeah. And so I was going there, and then bam, standing there is Daniel with he had his black robe on, and his face paint was all fucked up, and, like, he just looked toward the ground and was like, fuck. He's like, I knew it was you, man. He's like, I knew you were going to fucking figure it out. And I was like, yeah, bro, like, whatever, dude. I was like, I knew it was you. And he was like, man, I can't believe it. I knew you were going to fucking find out. You're so smart. I was like, what the fuck are you saying, dude? Like, and my friend Brian was with me, and so who now plays guitar in my Manson tribute. We'll get to that. But, like, he was with me, and he was like, was that one of your fans? I was like, no. I was like, the complete opposite. You know, I was like, yeah, that's Daniel. And he was like, no way, because he knows exactly who he is. And so he was like, bro, are you fucking kidding me? And so, yeah, basically, once he saw me, he started kissing my ass because, like, he thought I was going to try to get him thrown off the show, which I'm not, you know, immature to do something like that when it comes to, you know, this is the day of the show. We're playing this show within, like, 2 hours, you know, so I'm not going to throw a fit and get someone thrown off the bill like that because then at that point, the people paid to see a show and they're not going to see what they paid for, so I'm not going to do that. You know, that's ridiculous. So we played the show, and I did talk to John Escamilla, you know, rest in peace. You know, we just lost him. You know, that's a terrible tragedy. I couldn't believe it whenever I seen about that. You know, he was a pillar in this music scene. You know, he gave me my first chance ever on, like, Warehouse Live and a couple places in, like, San Antonio. Not San Antonio. It was Corpus Christi. Yeah, that's right. We played at Brewster Street through him, and we played, not McAllen. We played somewhere else. Austin, I think it was Come and Take It through him or something like that. Yeah, I played a lot of good shows through him. So, yeah, rest in peace, John Escamilla, man. Miss you, buddy. But, yeah.
So, the new stuff you're doing now.
Yeah, Manson.
Tell me what that is.
Well, it's the tribute is just called Manson. And so I thought of it. We had a couple different names. You know, we had a few of them. Fuck, I can't remember any of them right now. I'm drawing fucking blanks. And it sucks because we had some really funny ones like Maryland's Manson or some stupid shit. Just dumb stuff, dude. Stupid. And so I was like, fuck it. Let's just call the damn thing Manson, you know, because it's instantly recognizable, you know. Just like the Dope Show. Like, if you hear that, you know it's fucking Marilyn Manson because it's a fucking Dope Show.
And who's all in this?
Oh, you got Blue, who's in a Motley Crue with the K. He's in Kid 6. And then Green for a Day. He's in a few other tribute bands and stuff like that. And he's on bass guitar. He's the Twiggy of the band. On the drums, we have Perry McAdams. He's in Brass Inferno. He was in Toology for a while, and he's 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 good at drums, yeah. And so he's been in a few bands. He plays in Electric Love Temple also. That's the Cult tribute. And on guitar, we have Brian Wandra, which he played for a few original band. Your first band he ever played in was that I knew was For Your Mother's Benefit or For Your Mom's Benefit, like back in like 2000 fucking like 9 or something when we were kids. And like I don't know, he's really good. He's also played in the Hymn tribute, and like he's real like technical. Like he went to like school to learn like about music and stuff, and he does a really good job on the guitar, like doing the Manson shit. And on the keyboard, that was the last member that we had the most difficulty finding. We finally found Bo after getting through like 3 people who like, you know, they would come and then they would like try to practice and shit for like 3 weeks, and then they would back out, and it's like, you know, why? Like, just I don't know. I don't understand that shit. I know if I want to do something before I get into it, you know what I mean? Like, yeah, I don't have to dive in. I can put my feet in and really like be like, fuck that, you know, like this shit's crazy. But we're gonna do a lot of different things. Like, we are gonna play like albums in their entirety, like for their anniversary. Like the album Portrait of American Family has its 30th anniversary coming next year, and so we're gonna play that whole album in its entirety, and we're gonna set the stage up just like they used to back in the day with the clothesline and the couch and the fucking lamps and stuff. It's gonna look like a redneck trailer or some shit, pretty much. Yeah, with me stomping around there, and so it'll be cool. And we want to do like all the albums like that. in their entirety separately, and bring different versions of the show at different certain times. So like, it's not stale. Like, 'cause I tried to change the set list with the Dope Show a few times. Like it's been like 2.5 years, and they just didn't want to change it, and so that's why I wanted to start another tribute. And I can't explain the break with them really. Is Richie, he split off to do the Cold Wards with Paul Crosby and everything, and Paul split with Saliva. Well, didn't really split. He's done playing music, so he's a family man, which he's a real good friend of mine as well, Paul Crosby. So I'm happy for him. He seems happy. But so yeah, he split off to do the Cold Wards, and he was the keyboard player, Richie, and so yeah, and I think that's the issue right now is we need to find someone on keyboards. I believe, I'm not sure. Don't give me a line. But yeah, as far as Manson goes, that's all the members in the band, and then there's me, of course.
So what do you want, or even do you even want to know, or have any kind of feeling, basically, the people that you feel vilify you as Houston's villain? What do you want them to know? I mean, are you even worried about them? Does that stuff bother you?
No.
Are you doing Manson just for that?
No, I mean, it helps. I mean, it fuels it. I mean, I've really kind of always, been that kid that liked to stoke the fire, a little bit and, piss people off, kind of, like, and just like, oh, shit, I'm that guy that burned down a building just to have fun and then found out it was like some crazy building that I shouldn't ever burn down, and the whole town is trying to kill me now, and I'm like, oh shit, I just pissed off the whole town. Like, that's always been me. So I mean, I don't mind it. It doesn't fuck with me really. Like, I've had people threaten to come to my shows. They're like, oh, I'm gonna fucking come beat your ass. It's like, good luck, bud. Like, come on. Like, now I got brass knuckles on my microphone, so I mean, good fucking luck. I mean, please, if you're out there and you want to come on stage at one of my shows, jump the fuck on up, son. I can't tell you that I'm responsible for what happens to you afterwards, but, that's your own doing, But if you want to, I'm there. You know where to find me. I'm here for you. I don't give a fuck. Like, bring that shit on.
So if you had to give one last statement to your ex-bandmates, what would that last statement be?
Man, on the real, fuck Daniel, because I've tried to tell him, look, dude, let's stop this shit. And see, because that's what really sparked up the beef with us really bad, is whenever they came on your fucking, well, it wasn't yours, it was on R&R. Was it?
They weren't on us. It was
R&R.
that one on the north side.
It was R&R, that's right. Now I remember clearly, it was R&R. And, okay, because we had agreed to, like, basically a peace treaty. We were like, all right, cool, everything's cool, fuck it. It's all in the past. Let's just be friends and blah, blah. And we were like, cool. And then they do an interview, and then they just start talking shit about me and everything, like, oh, he wears women's clothing. It's like, okay, cool, I still get fucking way more pussy than you, Daniel. Like, this dude was, like, creep status. Like, he would be, like, messaging girls on Facebook, and they've showed me screenshots. I'm not going to put them out there like that, but, like, of him messaging them and asking them, like, what do you like about Kevin? And, like, they would say, like, I don't know, what the fuck? And, like, then he'd be like, what do you like and stuff? And, like, they would tell him something, and he'd be like, blah, 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 blah. And, like, he's mad jealous, and it's, like, creepy. So it's like, what the fuck? Like, it's weird, bro. It was getting to a point where it was weird, so I don't know. Fuck Daniel, but the rest of the band, I mean, y'all are just dragged into the bullshit because you've committed long enough to the band, so it's whatever. But I don't know. He's a fucking dick. I don't like him. I would have never kept talking shit and doing shit if he would have fucking shut the fuck up in that interview and wouldn't have said that bullshit. Because at that point, I mean.
So in your mind, it's over, basically.
Yeah, there's nothing there really. I mean, it's just, now it's just fucking here and there bullshit, when really it's just like, I tried to stop shit long ago. So it's, but then he always tries to make it look like I'm talking shit, but he don't want to talk about the parts where he was talking shit first, to where I'm like, okay, you know what, fuck you then, and that's basically what it was, yeah, and I don't know. As far as the scene and everyone around there, like, things need to change, man, because there's a lot of like hangers on, man. Like there's people that, you know, they just want to know everybody in every band, like whether you're big or small. Like I get the love factor and supporting local and all that, but I feel like there's a lot of people in this town that don't do it just to support local people. Like they're doing it to support themselves and stuff and get their name, which that's part of the game. I get it. Everyone's got to get their name out there. But like, I feel like there's people that kind of like force themselves in places that they really just shouldn't be, you know. And like I see some bands get pissed because like they'll throw like a show and a lot of people won't come like they want to. And we've all been there, you know. I've played shows to 2 people, to 10 people, you know, to a fucking fuckload of people. But then, you know, it doesn't matter, you know. Like the point is you're there to play a fucking show. I don't understand why it matters so much to everyone. Like some people make a big deal about it. I've seen bands get mad at their fans over that shit there. And then like they'll be up there like these people don't know every word of their songs. It's like you got to build up to that, bro. Like give yourself time, you know. Don't happen overnight, you know. People got to like what they hear, and you got to make them understand it. It's something they can relate to, something they're going to want to hear, you know, I guess, you know. I don't know.
I got you on that. I mean, even when we started out, you know, we were opening up for probably the largest rap act out of Houston in South Park, Mexican.
Oh, hell
so
yeah.
It was like massive arena shows. And then when he wasn't there, you know, our shows were 20, 30 people at times. And, you know, yeah, well, we felt the same way. But Olivia Esparza, who was, she worked for Dope House Records.
Oh, yeah.
She was our manager. She told us when we got off that stage, well, those are 20, 30 people now that know who you are. Those 20, 30 people are going to turn into 40 and 60 people.
Yes.
So...
yes.
You know, it's all about the show, you know. Make sure when you're on that stage, you give it all. That person now knows who I am. We always made sure that they left with some kind of our merchandise. They either bought our albums, our shirts, something. They left knowing who we were.
Right.
So,
and also, you know, another thing, too, let it be known, too, about the whole ZombieFace thing, that there was a point, too, where I tried to bury all this and say, hey, you know, if y'all want to get back together and play some shit or do a show or two sometime, you know, I'm always up for that, you know, record something or whatever. I told them I was cool with that because to me, that's all that matters. If there's one person that wants to see me with that band, then I'll do it, you know, because that's all I care about at the end of the day was my original music and stuff is, you know, trying to connect with people because I love music, and that's why I play music, is because like it makes me feel good and I like to make people feel good. So that's why I try to do that. But we couldn't bury the hatchet, which is I understand because it's just too much. Like we just need to not be around each other pretty much. That's pretty much it. Like I don't want the motherfucker to die or anything or any real harm to befall the guy, but I'd just rather not sit at the table with the guy. You know what I mean?
I got you.
Yeah.
I got you. Well, Kevin, man, we appreciate you coming through, telling your side of it. You know they've already reached out and asked for them to tell their side.
Yeah.
Which they will have an opportunity to do, but your story is out there. You know, your feelings have been heard and said. I think a lot of people have a lot of your side wrong.
And hey,
So-
that's cool because people are going to believe, you know, if they're friends with them, they probably feel like they could trust them. I understand. You know, hey, that's good. You should be able to trust your friends, but I don't know, man. I don't know.
Gotcha,
Just make your own judgment calls. That's on y'all.
Well, man, you know, SLM is around. We love to come check out a show.
Yeah.
Let us know when Manson is playing. See if we can bring the cameras out.
That'd be awesome. I
Get out
would love
there.
to do that for sure. Yeah. That'd be anytime,
But-
dude. Whenever we have a show, I'll definitely be letting y'all know. And we are trying to book shows right now, by the way. If you got any shows, any bookers out there that hear this or anything, we are open for booking now. Yeah.
There you go. Tell them where they can get in contact with you.
Oh yeah, just through my personal Facebook, or you can just look up Manson HTX on Facebook. You know, we don't have a Twitter or anything like that yet, or any of that crazy shit. Just Facebook at the moment. Yeah, we're old, but like, Yeah, so you could look us up on there. You could contact Blue, Brian Wandra, Perry McAdams, any of us pretty much, all of us, and like I said, the Manson HTX on Facebook.
All right, Kevin. Appreciate you stopping by.
Hell yeah.
That is going to be a wrap up of the SLM podcast episode number 6. We are close to going worldwide here. We got to do our 10 pre-episodes, and then we will be choosing, I think it's going to be Spotify or Apple, of course. We don't know which one. We will let everybody know, but appreciate you once again, Kevin. We're going to bring you on. We'll bring you back at some point. I'll be signing off here, and we will give everybody that update for when the SLM Awards show comes and the voting starts.
Good night, Houston.
We out.